tunnel vision in your own world, and that can be bad. I'm not getting on this dancing app. Like, how do I look? Went on like a break for like a whole month or two from business. Running a business can take a lot from you. You have to show up for your business 24/7. We are back with another video. I got my little notebook so I can keep tabs because y'all, the ADHD kicks in and I need to remember what I want to speak about. And this video is for my entrepreneurs, my business owners, or are looking to start a business, and things that you guys should know. These are 6 things I wish I knew before starting a business. So let's get into it. It also depends on what type of business that you have. I have a product-based business online, so it can vary depending on what type of business you have. If you sell clothes, I sell skincare, so things may or may not apply, but for the most part, this will kind of be like just the basis of things that you should expect if you run like an online product-based business. You will wear many hats. If you are doing an online business, you are going to be doing marketing, you are going to be packing orders, you are going to be the customer service based person, you're going to be doing the budgeting, the accounting, you're going to be doing inventory control. I do have some manufacturing vendors that do make some of my products, and then for the rest of them I'm actually making them. That takes a lot of times. Again, it depends on what type of business you have. So if you're selling clothes that you're just getting from a manufacturer, obviously that's alleviating some of the times being spent on actually making something versus me making, most of my products. I know I'm missing some things because it's literally a lot, and I kind of knew what I was getting into, but then once you're in it and you get a feel for it, it's completely different in understanding. Like, you literally have to do everything. And this is again for the business owners or the people that are thinking to start a business that are going to go into it by themselves. You're not having a partner, you're not having multiple people do this with you. It is 100% all you. You're going to become a content creator. This one threw me for a loop because when I started my business, it was in 2020. And social media obviously has been a thing, but TikTok was like blowing up at that point, and I refused to get on TikTok. I was one of those millennials, and I was like, I'm not getting on this dancing app. Like, how do I look? And like at that time when I was in my late 20s, I'm like, what do I look like? I'm not getting on this app. And then once I started like seeing things on Instagram, I'm like, oh, maybe this is more than just a dancing app. Getting on TikTok helped my business thrive because I started going on a TikTok live, which helped me make a lot of sales, connect with my followers, which then built a community, and that literally helped my business take off. That was like the beginning of my content creation era. I just do as I can. I don't really stress about it. I need a team. So I cannot do everything by myself, and I was such a firm believer, do everything myself, but you honestly need a team for a business to run smoothly. You may or may not know, last year I had my brother helping me as an employee, but then he had to go back to school. That was such a relief to me to have him help with packing and stuff, and I had to like go back now and do everything myself, and I'm literally feeling poor work-life balance. Y'all, I struggle with this so much because running a business can take a lot from you. You have to show up for your business 24/7. There is no off button. It's on, on, on. Your brain doesn't shut off. You always think about new ideas, what you have to do for business. Just, it's a lot. And when I say work-life balance, my personal life, it's pretty non-existent. It's toll on yourself and others around you if they do not understand. I said to myself that I'm gonna make more time for family, my personal life, and just really hone in on that, because sometimes I can just really get business mode, business, and that's all I'll think about, and I don't want time to pass by and I'm like neglecting other aspects of my life. So definitely have to work on work-life balance. It can be very hard because if you're running a business by yourself, you are just all in. You can't take time off, especially you have to answer emails, you have to pack orders. Like, I'm always having to be active. So I'm not really thinking about other stuff like, oh, hey, this person missed me, or, let me text back this friend, let me call back this person. You're just like tunnel vision in your own world, and that can be bad. It can be good because that's how I'm actually productive with anything in my life. When I'm just like tunnel vision, I just shut out everybody, but it's not always healthy. You may not, and maybe you do good at it. teach me because I need help with it. Teach me. Which then brings me into your mind never shuts off. You're thinking about constant things about your business. You're thinking about a rebrand. You're thinking about things that you have to order, thinking about marketing. What video content can you do? Things you need to order for inventory. Can you scale your business? Budgeting. Like, there's so many things. The economy. You have to think about so many things, and your brain is just constantly going and going and going and going, and it never shuts off. There's times when I need to go to bed, and I'll set a time like, hey, you need to go to bed at 10 o'clock so you don't sleep in late. I'm like up to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning just brainstorming. Like, there's times I literally have to put my phone or my laptop far away from me because I'm like, no, you're gonna go to sleep. And somehow at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm like thinking of a bright idea of like a new product or a video that I want to do, and I'm like running to go get my laptop, and I'm in my bed like 4 o'clock in the morning. Your brain doesn't shut off. It doesn't shut off. I don't know if there's something that you can do for that, but yeah. I just want to let you guys know. I know I'm not the only one. I've heard people say that, but just to let you know, those are one of, I don't know if I would say that's a pro. That might be a con. A pro and a con, because your best ideas do come out in the middle of the night, in the morning, at least for me. So it's kind of a pro, but then you lose out on sleep and your mind just like all over the place. So, which then brings me into this next one. It will take a toll on your mental health. Again, this is just my experience. I don't know if that'll be your experience, but just to kind of give you a warning, I personally experienced burnout last year and it was terrible. Some of my customers, if you guys are watching, you probably remember I went on like a break for like a whole month or two from business. I like shut down the site. I was just so overwhelmed. There was so much going on. UPS was losing packages. Shopify was withholding some money. It was just a whole lot going on all at once. And I felt like I was just drowning and I could not breathe. And I just had to take a step back and take a pause because it was too much. With those problems alongside like customer service, inventory, it was just a lot. And I was so just down and in a funk, and I felt like I didn't even love doing business anymore. And I'm gonna be honest, it made me feel like it was a job. And when I started this business, this was something that I loved to do. It fed into my creative side, and just making products and just starting a business from scratch. It was something that I always wanted to do. It never felt like a job. So when it started feeling like a job and I felt myself just like not wanting to open up emails, like hearing just the notification on my phone from an email gave me anxiety. Like, who's writing me now? Like, is their package missing? Like, just was not in a good space. And I felt like it really took a toll on my mental health last year. Can get overwhelming. Maybe not in the beginning. Maybe when business starts to pick up again. This is my personal experience. I took a break. Sometimes you just have to learn to just pause and do what's best for you and take a break and reset and just start fresh, honestly. That's the best advice I can give you. One thing I also want to mention is budgeting and using other people's money, aka capital. Very, very important to deal with finances in an accountant. In the beginning stages of my business, I'm going to be honest, I was not tracking numbers, sales, expenses, and that is not a good thing. You can't just wing it. Once business started picking up, I kind of started. I wasn't disciplined enough to do it, and let me tell you, if you do not budget, if you do not think about your finances in business and writing down every single thing when it comes to money, buying your inventory, how much it costs, how much does it cost to make your products or to buy your product, like everything has to be accounted for. Please do not make mistakes that I have. What you're paying for your website, how much packaging costs, everything has to be listed out. You can find accounting softwares that you can do yourself and just plug in the numbers, but it's very, very, very important because you need to see the numbers and to see how much you're spending, how much you're making back, what's your ROI, your return on investment. These are things that are very important. I did mention capital, so I do have Shopify, which does give you capital, where you pretty much, they lend you the money, they take a percentage back from your sales to pretty much pay them back the money that they allowed you to borrow. That's not the only type of capital. You can go to the bank, angel investors, you have, I know Stripe does capital as well. If you have Stripe, you should have money to invest back into your company because in the beginning stages, you are not really going to be making any profit. You're just going to be making sales and putting money right back into the business. So if you do have a job, that is like the ideal way to do, because you can just constantly invest in your money and scale. Or again, you have capital if you're going to the bank to get a loan. Those are things that you possibly can do in the future. Is always good to have when scaling your business. The things that I wish I knew, which I kind of knew but didn't do enough research, or just didn't really have a feel for it and knew that I had to do it. But once you're in the process of actually running a business, you tend to learn the importance of certain things, and you learn from your mistakes and you just go forward. So that is what I wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about. I can make a whole nother video of many other things that I wish I knew or you should know about running a small business. So you guys let me know down in the comments down below if you have any questions about running a business, starting a business, anything of the sort that I possibly can answer. Please let me know down in the comments. I get a lot of businesses that ask me certain questions. Where do I get, certain products, ingredients, packaging? You guys can just always reach out to me and I will give you a helping hand. Guys, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notifications so you know when I post my next video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.